Alright, response video to the defending champ guy, who made a pretty disappointing video. I mean, really, you go to trouble to spend 20 minutes contextualizing a couple of questions, and they just, go off on nonsense tangents. So I got through 3 minutes of his reply, and I just said, fuck it. I'm not going to listen to this shit twice. So, here we go again. Same old jive. Part 2 will be on the website. I'm also providing the MP3s now, so they're there also. Stupid fucking humans.
So first, when I watched your video, I was thinking about not really responding because I agree with a lot of what you said, but you seem like you're interested in continuing the discussion, at least somewhat interested, so I figure I'll make a response and you can choose to respond or not.
Yeah, well, you don't agree with most of what I said. I mean, the only thing that's important about the conversation is the conclusion. Agreeing and then doing exactly the opposite in terms of behavior wouldn't make any fucking sense now, would it?
First I want to say, a common theme, or not really a theme, but things you say kind of quite often seem to be pointing in the direction, life's not perfect, there's plenty of stuff, and I understand that, I understand there's a great amount of suffering in the world.
Yeah, well, look, most people should be able to understand that. The real thing they should be able to understand is that we are capable, of changing that. So now we're responsible. It's no longer something God did or nature did. It's something we are doing. And I'm trying to get people to sit there and take that responsibility and start defending how they can justify their life based on the life that is imposed on somebody else, that's contingent. You can't separate the existence of the poor from the existence of the rich. The rich can't exist without them. You can't separate the lucky from the unlucky. These are the prices we're paying for life. And so when some asshole says, I love my life, what I'm asking them to do is take responsibility for what loving their life means. It means 4 billion years of evolution. It means world wars. It means horrible exploitation. It means disease. It means bad luck for a lot of consciousnesses. And I want them to say, yes, I take responsibility for the pain and the suffering imposed so I can play my little I want a Lamborghini bullshit game. Or I want another chocolate-covered donut. Now I'm going to be all happy and gooey. That's what I want to hear out of their fucking petty little shit mouths.
And I actually got a little argument with one of your subscribers or whatever.
Yeah, we got into a stupid argument. Okay, yeah, he'll once he's got somebody on the whatever, he'll keep poking at it. But yeah, you made one of these cliche, bogus bullshit arguments and said, "Oh, you're just up somebody's ass." You use your up somebody's ass or you're sucking their dick. You use those phrases when somebody is justifying really idiotic behavior committed by somebody. All right, the morbid atheists, we philosophically agree, okay? We're not up each other's ass. We philosophically agree. That's a big fucking difference. I'm not justifying his pedophilia or something. I'm not saying, oh, well, he's the Pope, and the Pope is a wonderful... No, that's an asshole who's up somebody's ass. Somebody who's justifying somebody being a big, fat fucktard. I mean, the jackasses who are licking the amazing atheist's ass deserve that kind of ridicule, okay? Because they're justifying, oh, he can say it, he can say date rape's okay, and he can fucking goddamn beg for money, even though he's making 3 or 4 grand a month off his users already. So that's the kind of bullshit. You couldn't just sit there and be a little bit of a grown-up and say, okay, yeah, I took a cheap shot. And that's all you had to say was, I took a cheap shot. Because that's what you fucking did.
I think the unfair assumption is that if you don't believe that the universe would be better off, that things would be better if life never had existed, or if life doesn't exist in the future, that'll be a good thing.
Well, look, it's obviously a neutral, okay, thing, okay? If there's no universe, if there's no life on Earth, if something interferes with that first reproducing cell and it never fucking happens, obviously the universe isn't going to be sitting around going, oh man, I missed riding that fucking great adventure roller coaster, you know, through those human beings. I missed living vicariously through all their little fun little adventures. No, it's not going to be sitting there saying, God damn it, I'm really disappointed. No, none of that shit's going to happen. So quite obviously it can't be a bad thing. The question is you know, whether it's a... Is there any possibility for it to be anything? It obviously can't be a bad thing. Jeez.
If you don't believe that, then it means you immediately must be either an idiot or less you're not compassionate towards suffering.
Well, you're not looking at the argument the right way. I mean, you haven't won the... Let's presume you haven't won the lottery. You're not going through your life with some kind of, oh man, I feel so blighted and empty and discouraged because I didn't win the lottery, right? It didn't happen. You're not, you know, horrified. You're not burning in horrible black oil because you didn't win the lottery. And that's the same position the universe would be in if the life thing never happened. Okay, it's not going to be in blight for it. And that's the important question. That's the question you're avoiding.
And I think it's not really true, because we're not even compassionate. You're not compassionate towards what? I mean, what is suffering really, other than, you know, it's a bad?
I love this. And we're going to know one of these trivial descriptions of suffering. And, you know, there's no point in having a discussion. You don't know what suffering is, and you're going to describe it as unsatisfied desire. No, suffering is like you're 8 years old, you've been diagnosed with leukemia, you're going to go through 3 years of bone marrow transplants. That's fucking suffering, all right? Malaria, that's suffering. Cholera, that's suffering. You know, fucking goddamn dick cancer, that's fucking suffering, okay? Quit with this trivial crap. You don't know what the word fucking suffering means? You think it means, oh shit, you know, I didn't find $50 on the sidewalk today. No, that's not fucking suffering.
Feeling something that people don't like. So your compassion for it is because you care about something that people don't like.
Well, whatever. Compassion and empathy are bullshit words I wish they never fucking invented, because they're just a distraction. It's not a matter of whether you emotionally empathize with something, whether you like it and you care about it. You could take the ugliest, scurviest, butt fucking crappy animal on fucking earth. I could have no emotional attachment to it whatsoever. But I wouldn't sit there and whap it over the head with a frying pan and say, well, that didn't mean anything. No, I'd still be capable of understanding what suffering was, and that suffering was not a good thing. I don't need to be all weepy and emotional over it to understand it's not a good fucking thing.
Care about people's desires, because suffering is, you know, not having your desires met, in a sense.
Oh yeah, right. My desire not to be the Elephant Man. I mean, come on. I mean, this is bullshit. What the fuck is wrong with you people? You really don't know what the word suffering means? You really think we don't have a word in our vocabulary for when you're doing hard ass goddamn psychological pain? You can't fucking apply the word suffering to that. Instead, you got to trivialize it every motherfucking one of these conversations.
And my argument is that I think most people, the thing is, most people, once they're born, they desire to stay alive. So it's difficult for them.
They don't even do that. They fear death, okay, and they desire another hamburger. They desire another, you know, woman to disappoint. You fucking asshole. They don't desire the life thing. They desire the opposite. They desire not having the opposite. Let's put it that way. They desire the things, not the thing itself. The things it's made out of.
To just say, well, it'd be better off if you were never born, because they desire to be alive. And even when they have shitty luck.
That's called addiction, asshole. I mean, I'm like, God damn it, how many fucking times did I have to put the word in the goddamn video before you get the concept? I described the heroin addict. I described him, you know, with his, I didn't say blisters, but you know, with his fucking rotting skin, crawling to get his next fix, accepting anything. I used the word accepting in the goddamn video. They will accept anything. Alright, now you're going to justify that creature as some kind of dignified acceptance? No, it's a stupid crawling weasel acceptance.
Lives filled with suffering. Most people, it seems like, still want to be alive.
Well, most people are doing exactly what you're doing. They're just ignoring the philosophical discussion, just laissez-fairing their way right through it because they're on some kind of, well, I'm on the QE2 and I'm pretty fucking comfortable and I'm just going to talk shit. And that's all they can do for philosophy. They don't have a fucking philosophy. They don't have a brain. All they have is their goddamn want and their desire, and they don't see 1 fucking inch past it.
Basically, you know. And obviously we can just relate that back to this biological drive to keep on living.
No, it isn't a biological drive to keep on living. I mean, god damn it, you really... This is so irritating. You don't know anything about evolution, obviously. Obviously, the mechanics of the